Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing another behind the scenes so far video. It's after part 5 of Repliant Project. I was thinking as soon as I rewatched part 5 on my video camera, I was like, oh, someone's bound to say, oh, how did the 8th Doctor fully die? Or whatever, or the 8th, or a parallel version of the Doctor, or a parallel future version of the Doctor that die on Mars because of the explosion. Surely he just regenerated. Well, when you think about it, I was thinking afterwards then, well, surely if there's ever been an explosion in Doctor Who, and the Doctor has been in it, then surely, like, he could, you know, the explosion starts there, and then spreads, and he's there, and it just goes, and that. But surely, like, as he's regenerating, then the rest of it just can't catch him on fire and you burn to death. So, you know, so that's basically my explanation, you know, that the 8th Doctor could have started, or future parallel version of the Doctor, could have started regenerating, but then died partway through because he, you know, was still burning and that, you know, because of the fire. The Autons obviously died and the bases exploded. If you were wondering what these were, that was the base of the nesting consciousness. Don't think it was just a cop-out ending. I don't think it was that bad of an ending, because I thought, it wasn't that bad of an ending because it wasn't just sonic screwdriver, it was a sonic screwdriver amplifying that, which was like this like machine to amplify the signal, which then obviously interfered with nesting conscious and killed the Autons. But then obviously we get an explanation why. Obviously Amy was still there, because obviously she was of a different mind, or a different mind. I always knew Amelia would be in part 5, or the end part, because I always wanted, fun fact, I always wanted the Doctor to actually go back, or take her in the TARDIS and then, you know, take her to her parents or whatnot, you know, because so that they'd obviously know she was safe and stuff like that. But obviously I started running out of time. Another thing, I feel like Brigadier, or just Unit in general, is in my series a bit too much. So series 6, they might not be in it as much. Don't worry if you're a big fan of Brigadier. I will still be using the action figure and he'll still be in from time to time and that, but I just don't want him to be as major. So yeah. Also, you've just got to keep remembering that this is a parallel version of the Doctor. It's not the Doctor we know and love. It's like a parallel version. So he sacrificed himself for, you know, the current Doctor, our part of universe's Doctor, and also obviously Amy's now dead, or at least the Auton duplicate of her is, and Amelia is still safe. So, and then that's kind of why in Dalek Civil War the 11th Doctor is travelling, or in that story, on his own, because obviously Amelia or Amy has just died, and that. So yeah. There was also another thing that I was going to add in one of the parts, but I never got round to. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because then I could always use it in a later one. The plan was that the ooze from the spirits would teleport in at one point and just kill one of the Autons, or have sort of like a fight scene, or like a fight scene, and try and kill one of the Autons or something. You might be thinking, what the hell, that's a bit random. But when you think about it, part 6, the Auton was like, whenever you're in danger, I can help, and all that. So, you know, I've still got that there. So, you know, who knows, in Dalek Civil War, that Ood might come in handy and try and kill a few Daleks before the war, and before the Dalek Civil War really gets brewing. Yeah, so the there's yeah, the three things I can tell you about the next one, which is Dalek Civil War, is that one, it's the last 11th Doctor story. It's the last 11th Doctor story. It's a 6-part story, and it is 6-part story. Last 11th Doctor story, and obviously we'll have a companion. Ooh, and fun fact, it's the first figure adventure which will have a prequel to it. So, talking about the prequels, I'll do behind the scenes to the prequel, and as well with the time limit thing, I think I should do maybe 5 to 6 minutes on prequels, and for obviously episodes, as I've said a bajillion times now, 7 to 8 minutes. So yeah. Obviously sometimes they'll go over those limits, and that. And also I tried adding a bit more humour into this one, because quite a lot of the 11th Doctor stories have been really dark and that. And I feel like my version of the 11th Doctor hasn't actually reflected what the actual 11th Doctor's like in the TV series, so yeah. Yeah. That isn't obviously the only 11th Doctor Summit screwdriver, so don't worry. The 11th Doctor might have a spare in the TARDIS, so don't worry. Don't think, oh my god, he's died on Mars with his sonic screwdriver or whatever. But we might not see Unit as much in Series 6, but we will still see him again, And also, I like how the last few episodes of Series 5 kind of intertwine into, or push towards, leading up to this event, because if you look back, Area 51, the 8th Doctor, the figure kind of character is introduced. He obviously tells them help the Brigadier and prevent him dying, because obviously in his version, his reality and parallel world is a world without the Brigadier, and it's a darker world, so he's thinking, okay, we need to save him at all costs, and that. Then there's also the fact that, what else? The fact that, he then says, hints to something being wrong with Amy, and wants him to go somewhere where someone will tell him stuff about her, and that, which they do, and stuff, but yeah. So yeah, it all kind of leads to this, but yeah. The next one is the last 11th Doctor story. So yeah. Thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.